There you go. Here's our Six Nations Elected Council update as of March 11th, 2016. It's our monthly update to the community, and we'll start off again with the Public Works update. The Six Nations Elected Council is pleased to report that we have been able to recover a substantial amount of funding that had been cut for 2016 and 2017 from Indigenous and Northern Affairs Canada funding. This cut did have a negative impact on the Six Nations elementary schools and the Six Nations roads and bridges, but we were recently able to recover that money. Although we have been able to recover it, we still need more, and we'll continue to advocate for more funding. The Six Nations landfill site will be switching to summer hours on Tuesday, April 5th. Summer hours are 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. from Tuesday to Saturday. Council has also hired Negan Burnside Limited to undertake a 20-year waste management study for our community in response to the needs of our Six Nations landfill site as it is getting up to capacity. There will be another community meeting held in April to present the results of the study to the community. There are two major upgrades that will begin to take place as early as next month in downtown Ohsweken, and it will last for several months. First, there will be a water main replacement project that will be undertaken on Chiefswood Road and from the housing building to 4th Line, and on 4th Line from Chiefswood Road over to the Human Resources building, which is past the arena. Second, we will also be widening both ends of Chiefswood Road at the intersection with 4th Line so that we can implement a left-hand turn lane on Chiefswood Road at this intersection. This project includes the replacement of the traffic lights and the installation of pedestrian hand signals and a crosswalk, which is so important because there's a lot of kids that use that intersection during the school year. There will be a community information session on Monday, March 21st from 6 to 8 at the Six Nations Community Hall, and all are welcome to attend to get more information and to get any questions answered. We do realize that this is going to create disruption in our most heavily traveled area of our community, and we also anticipate some interruption in the water service throughout the project. But we would ask for the community's patience and understanding while we complete these upgrades, which are going to be of great benefit to the community. The new Fire and Emergency Services building is now complete, and our Fire and Emergency Services Department are now operating out of their new building at 17 Veterans Lane. Nyawa again to Grand River Enterprises for donating $2 million to make this building possible. The grand opening is scheduled to take place on Thursday, April 7th at 12:30, and we invite all the community to come out and get a tour of the new building. The Technical Services Office and the Environment Office have officially been moved out of their old building and have now moved next door to the building at Public Works, to the building that had been used as the temporary fire hall building. The Six Nations Elected Council is still avidly attempting to recover costs regarding the household hazardous waste fire that we had last year. I would also like to remind the community that the next household hazardous waste event will not take place until June 2016. Please read the household hazardous waste flyer on www.sixnations.ca under landfill for tips on storing this waste until June, or even for alternative places to take this hazardous waste if you want to dispose of it before then. The Six Nations Council has also hired First Nations Engineering Services to complete a survey of the Ohsweken area in an effort to address drainage issues that are impacting the Iroquois Lodge. It's very important that we take care of our seniors and our elders, and this is only the beginning of a larger project that is meant to ensure that they have access to the proper facilities. Representatives of the Six Nations Elected Council have met with the Haldimand County Council to pursue making the intersection of 6th Line and Oneida Road an all-way stop for community safety. We are pleased to inform everyone that the two communities were able to work together to approve the four-way stop and to reduce the speed limit on 6th Line from Argyle Street to Oneida Road to 60 kilometers per hour. This will be in place and will be effective April 1st, 2016. Council has also hired the Greenland Group, who has completed a master drainage and flood remediation plan for the Mackenzie Creek in response to chronic drainage issues within the community. They have put together plans to address major flooding areas in that watershed, and the costs are estimated to be $500,000 to complete those plans. A submission to the Small Communities Fund has been made to complete this work, and we are pleased to inform the community that we have been approved to move on to the final stage of the application process. So hopefully we can do some work and help relieve some of those drainage problems. Unfortunately, due to circumstances beyond their control, the Six Nations Public Works Office will no longer be able to sell black rock to the community. And just a friendly reminder that the Six Nations elected council offices will be closed for Good Friday on Friday, March 25th, and Easter Monday, March 28th. We will, however, be keeping the Six Nations landfill site open during its regular Tuesday to Saturday hours for the community's convenience. I would at this time also like to extend my sincere gratitude to all our essential staff that will be away from their families and will be working through these holidays. We commend their dedication to continue to provide essential services such as the safe roads, the fire protection, potable water, etc. for our community during these holidays. You might have noticed that the White Pines Wellness Center and the administration building have new ramps and automatic door openers. The council has been working very diligently to get accessibility projects funded so that our buildings are as accessible as possible, and we will continue to do so until we get all of the buildings done. Renovations are also underway at the Weekend Electronics building on 4th Line across from the landfill, and renovations are being done in order to prepare an area of the building to house the eventual operation of Ogwene Dow, which is going to be our child welfare designated agency. Social Services have asked me to again let the community know of a number of programs and services they have available. March 12th was Maple Sap Family Program. March Break program will be held Monday and Tuesdays for the 6 to 9 years old and 10 to 13 years old on Wednesday and Thursdays. And these will be held from 9 to 4 at the Social Services Gym. There is a trip for the youth to Crawford Lake, and the youth are 12 to 18 years of age. This is going to be on March 18th, and it will run from 10 to 3. And you can call 519-445-2950 to register. Thursday evenings, they are holding a series of Haudenosaunee cultural teachings. They run from 6 to 8, and they're open for all ages. The next one will be March 24th, looking at physical health. And on March 31st, they'll close off with a dinner and a social. Child and Family Services will also be providing the following workshops. There's a workshop on the fatal alcohol syndrome on March 30th, on managing difficult behaviors on April 13th. There will be a presentation on family violence on April 27th. And these will all run from 4:30 to 6:30. For more information, call Min or Eva at 519-445-4050. Child and Family Services also have a number of volunteer services that are available for transportation, childcare, primary prevention, resource development, and special events. For more information to access these services, please call 519-445-2950. I want to talk a bit now about the child care centres. The Ministry of Education, which is the main funder for these child care centres, has made substantial investments in child care at Six Nations through health and safety funding, transformation funding, supervisory network funding, Ontario Works child care funding, special needs resourcing funding, and wage enhancement. The Ministry of Education, subsequent to the passing of the Child Care and Early Years Act, have proposed regulations which also can be viewed on their website. And we are encouraging parents to respond to these changes so that they can impact childcare in our community. Some of the regulations being phased in are that the sleep room procedures for monitoring infants during sleep time has been implemented. The toddler regulations are being developed and will also be implemented. With respect to allergies, procedures and individual anaphylactic plans are developed, and all staff are required to be knowledgeable of all children who have been identified. First aid, CPR, and infant CPR training is now a general practice. This was a policy recommendation, but is upgraded to include all staff. This is not only costly, but it takes staff off ratio to be completed. Work has also been done to address the emergency measures procedures, and the prohibited practices procedures are being updated and being prepared for final review. The playground safety procedures are also being updated to meet the general practice, and police record checks are being implemented and followed. There will be a program statement prepared to get the staff to understand the new regulations and to participate to ensure all the points are considered. Some of the challenges are that the workload pressure to update and ensure that the new regulations are addressed and bringing the staff up to speed to practice and implement how does learning happen is a bit of a challenge for the supervisors. So parent input and involvement is increasing, but engagement and importance of interaction is still sporadic. There are new age groupings which will be challenging to meet the dynamics of the families within the community. More spaces are needed, and maintaining ratios during sleep, arrival, and departures will put additional pressures on staff, especially for the age groupings. More staff may be needed to cover the shifts, and there may be difficulty ensuring staff get lunch and breaks. And this could reduce operational spaces. As we get more information on these regulations and they start to become implemented, we'll certainly bring more of that information back to the community.